You look terrible. I want you to eat. I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
It's too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
This is LA, our city, our home, Los Angeles. We never walk alone.
Hello, everyone. This is Godfather, and we appreciate you staying or coming for a 20-minute Q&A. And basically, everyone just please be respectful of his time. He's very busy, and yeah, I'll just let you get to it.
You guys can hear me, right? Everything's good? All right, cool. So what is the path into becoming a FIFA professional? First thing is you have to actually grind a game in Ultimate Team. And once you do that, you have to enter these EA tournaments. So you have to play every weekend league. And every weekend league consists of 30 games. And for you to get verified for these EA tournaments, you have to win 27 out of those 30 games to get verified. Once you get verified, then you get automatically into these EA tournaments. That's the first step. And then once you get into these EA tournaments, you have to do really well, like finish top 10 in North America. And then organizations will see you. G-Man, what is the meaning behind your signature? So every time I kiss, or every time I score a goal, or I do my kisses, it's for my wife, and my family. So it's mainly for my wife. That's the whole meaning about that celebration. I am smart. No problem. I'm glad to be a part of this. But am I still having fun in FUT? It's the end of like the schedule, so it's time to like I can't wait until like the new competitive schedule is going to be on the new console. In the future, would you be willing to join Liga G? Possibly. It's just right now there's too much stuff going on. I have a 5-month baby, 2-year-old baby, and my wife. Work. So there's a lot of things going on right now, but possibly in the future it'll happen. Doc, who's my favorite player to use in game? It's either gonna be I use a Team of the Year Mbappe, which is a card that's incredible. It's like 98 rated, and it's worth like 5 million coins. So this is all based off of Ultimate Team. I don't know if you guys play the Ultimate Team, but this is all based off the Ultimate Team. Godfather, do you have any interest in joining pro clubs? Yeah, Melly, possibly in the future. Right now, it's just a busy time. Are there any features from the past FIFA games that you wish they brought back? Top tier. Good one. So one feature that I wish they brought back was the second man press. That allows. There's a lot of time wasting now regarding like the pro scene, where people would just hold the ball, and the possession will be 70% to 30%. And if they brought back that second man press, it would help that a lot. For you, what is your most effective skill combo? Actually, I'm old school. I rarely use any skill moves, and if I do, it's going to be the La Croqueta and the ball roll, and that's it. My gameplay style, Ronaldinho, is mainly just passing the ball, very basic style, and trying to get that angle to get that goal. During your time at E-Nations Cup, did you pick up anything from Dulce that you began to implement in your play style? We actually we played the same formation. We played very similar, which was pressuring the ball. The thing between him and I is he actually pressures the ball the whole game. I actually wait until like the second half to do it, but from what I saw from his gameplay style, he does it the whole game. Any games you like outside of FIFA? Actually, I do. So I have a racing simulator, so I enjoy racing. So I have like my own racing simulator. It's behind me. And the game that I play, the racing simulator that I race is iRacing. What is it? Do I ever play with menu settings? No, never. It's useless in the pro scene just because you're in the disadvantage. So there's no point of using the menu settings. Who's the GOAT? Messi or Ronaldo? Damn. Put me on the spot. Oh man. I can't just well, Ronaldo's on my so other than the GaLAxy, my other club that I follow is Juventus. So and that's tough. No comment. Next question. What's my favorite formation this year? It's going to be the the pros are using the 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, 5-3-2. But I'm a little different, and I use the 4-1-2-1-2 wide, and that's the formation that I'm using this year. Any players you hope you will get special cards in the future? What card would I would like to see Neymar as a striker, just because of chemistry, Rice. That would be a good card to use. So if Neymar as a striker instead of a left wing would be a good one. What was my first FIFA, Melly? It was 1994 Sega Genesis. Pace or shooting for a striker? Pace for every position. Doc. What is my favorite player's trait? As a finesse shot. Favorite SBC card this year is going to be the player from Liverpool, Jones. He's a center mid. He's actually in my squad right now. I use him as a central defensive midfielder. iRacing is dope. Yeah, I am smart. I have a Fanatec racing simulator with triple screens. So I'm like really into it. Once FIFA season's over, I get onto the iRacing. How has the current meta helped with play style? So the current meta right now is through balls, a lot of skill moves, and a lot of pace. So that's the current play style for this current meta. You get your community kit if so you get GG. If so, I do get my kits. It's either Guastella, my last name, or the Godfather, or just Godfather. My favorite player to use in FIFA, Melly, would probably be Team of the Year, Mbappe. What is one thing I believe the GaLAxy can do to be successful? Well, they started off with hiring a great manager, so hopefully that helps. And I just feel like Julian is gonna help a lot. Hopefully Efron plays a little bit more. I want the young players to play a lot more. Who's your favorite player in the GaLAxy? Well, it's either going to be Sebastian or Julian. Just because I have a connection with them. Just so yeah, I played FIFA with Sebastian. We teamed up for like E Nations league kind of thing. And Julian, if you guys don't know, I helped him build his computer because he plays Call of Duty. So he asked me to build his computer, so I was able to guide him into that. Do I watch other sports? Top tier, yeah. That's all I do is watch sports. So I watch the NBA, NFL. I watch pretty much all the big European leagues. I like Formula One, IndyCar. Do I play pro clubs regularly? No, I never play pro clubs. Just because I don't have the time. Just because the competitive season just takes so much time. My wife takes so much time. If I don't give her attention, it's bad news over here. Oh, what motorsport car do you run in iRacing? So I do the F3 and the Ferrari. Mainly the F3. I do a lot of open wheel racing. Do I play any career mode? No career mode. How do you like the MLS season format? Is there anything that would change? Good question about the MLS season format. So there's more players every year. So that means they should expand the playoffs. So there's 3 events, there's 2 league series, and the top 8 players make the playoffs. But every year there's more players, so they should expand it to, instead of top 8, they should make it top 12. Out of there's about 30 players, so they should make it top 12 into the playoff bracket. That's the number one thing that I would change. Do you know if there will be any FIFA events hosted by the GaLAxy? I do not know any of that for GaLAxy. Favorite NFL team? It's actually the Green Bay Packers, just because I used to be a big Brett Favre fan. Who's your favorite player you met on the GaLAxy, current or past? So my favorite player, I have a few, but again, I have a connection with Sebastian and Julian. Julian's probably my favorite player and person. He's a really, really nice kid. Do you have any preference? Preference for player work weights? It matters on the position, Bernardino. For example, like center backs, you want medium high. For central defensive, you want medium high as well. For strikers, you want either low high or medium high. Stars, do I ever play Football Manager? No, never played it. I just one of your streams, you mentioned that the professional community is very toxic. Yeah, it could be toxic. It's just, the thing is, it's the pro players' age are going to be between 16 and like 22, so it's a lot of immature kids that you have to deal with. So yeah, that's a big issue where they can't handle losing, and once they lose, they cry about it or complain about it or even insult you with personal stuff. But that's just because of age. Have I played FIFA Mobile? No, never played FIFA Mobile. Any pressure being one of the older pro in the FIFA scene? There's no pressure. The reason why is whatever happens, happens. You know, I already made a name for myself. I have a actual job, so I don't have to like sweat if I don't win a tournament because of a money prize. So there's no pressure on it. I actually just enjoy playing FIFA. I enjoy competing. That's the only reason I'm still doing it. What's the most amount of goals you have scored in a FIFA game? Probably say like 20 goals. Do I play soccer? If you do, what position? I used to. I just can't move anymore. And the position I played was I was a forward. But I can't move anymore top tier. My body hurts. That's why I just play FIFA. How does it feel playing with fans that you can hear screaming and cheering? Some get nervous while others feed off the energy. I enjoy it. When I go to these events, I love it. Actually, it's a really good advantage for me because most of the players get nervous, so I could feed off that and I take advantage of it. Who's the GOAT of the NBA, LeBron or MJ? LeBron, because I'm a big Laker fan. I hated Michael Jordan back in the day. Just because he would always kill the Lakers. What is your favorite FIFA game event? Yeah, Team of the Year is probably the biggest one. How many times have you finished in the top 100 in the weekend league? Doc, I would probably say every other week I would finish in top 100. For Xbox, you have to finish. It's top 200 right now, so on the Xbox, if you get 28 wins, you'll finish in the top 200. PS4, PS5, you have to finish. You have to win 29 games. Being Italian American, are there any Italian restaurants you could recommend for us? My house. That's the best restaurant. Or my grandma, my nonna. That's how you say grandma. Nonna. My nonna's house would probably be even better. What is your average foot champs record this year? My average foot champs record, it's between 26 and 30 wins every weekend. How many games do I play on average during the week? So the only time I play is during the weekend, and that's the 30 games. So from Friday to Sunday, I have to finish those 30 games. What do you think of your very own emoji? I love it. I love it. I want one of these. Someone has to create me one of these. Have I been able to claim debit? Yeah, I have, and I never used them. He's just not a meta in the game. What would you like to see happen so that FIFA esports can be grows and comparable to perhaps the league? There's a lot of things. One thing is you have to make the competitive scene fair. For example, an Ultimate Team, if you have the funds to spend more money on your team, the more advantage you have. Some of these pro players can spend between 10 to 15,000 real money to build these teams. And then someone that doesn't have those funds are already, on a disadvantage. So that's the one major thing that EA needs to fix, and that's making it where everyone has a fair advantage. Hold on. What is a common mistake that FIFA players make? One thing is, it's actually it's unfair that, but it's the team that you use. You're in a disadvantage if you're not spending money on FIFA points. Unfortunately, that's the number one thing. Two is formation and tactics. There are certain formations that you should be using in the game, and tactics. You have to use player instructions, and some of the FIFA players don't know anything about that. 5 skill moves or 5-star skill moves or 5-star weak foot. I prefer the 5-star weak foot because I'm not really big on the skill moves, but most of the pro players would like the 5-star skill move. Who's the best favorite player in your FUT team? Currently, right now, my favorite player that I have on my team, it's going to be the Team of the Year Mbappe or Team of the Year Bruno. SCB to use Varane. So what do you think of the new kit? New kit's awesome. It's like it's the OG kit, classic. How much money have you spent on FIFA? I can't say, Melly. It's a secret. Those Call of Duty is unrealistic and those skills don't translate to real life. How much of your FIFA knowledge do you think would translate to the real soccer tactics? I think FIFA knowledge, you need to understand the game of football, soccer to be a really good FIFA player, because the tactics in game actually translates to the real life soccer. Do you like? I love representing both, Doc. More to GaLAxy though. I don't have any jokes, Chris. In League of Legends, the game gets a new patch roughly every 2 weeks, which changes the meta. How often would you like FIFA to see update? Actually, FIFA gets a new update every month. And I'm like kind of, I don't know, against it because you're always having to adjust to the new game. Where for example, FIFA gets released in October, and by March it's a totally different game. So it's like hard to adjust to your tactics, to your gameplay, because you always have to change them. How long have you been supporting GaLAxy? Since '96. Actually, I have since they came to LA, since they were born in LA, Kobe Jones era. Even though I was a kid. What player card do you look at and disagree with? Top tiers, you mean like stats, or what do you mean? Most OP player you have used in any FIFA game? It's going to be Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. Every year, he's the top 5 player in the game every year. Just because he's big and he's fast. What are your thoughts about FIFA not being cross-platform, and why do you think FIFA does not want to be cross? I think it's just technology. And possibly like contracts with maybe specific consoles that EA has with Xbox and PS4. That's another reason, because there's certain tournaments that we can't play in because certain consoles have that right. So it could be a contract issue. Which is the best FIFA game you've played? It's either going to be FIFA 17. FIFA 09 was good. And then the Sega Genesis days. So FIFA like 94, 95, 96. Top player, the card has stats you disagree with. What would I say? I don't know, actually. I'll think about that one. I'll come back to you with that. Happy birthday, Bompa. Bompa. Yeah, right? Bompa. How old is he, Ellie? Thank you for asking. My day was hectic. It's been crazy. It's still crazy. I have to put the kids to bed, shower, go to sleep, wake up, and then I have a wedding tomorrow. Colleges are beginning to have esports programs and even scholarships to play on their collegiate team. The college I would want to play for, I would play for UCLA. Favorite FIFA soundtrack song? There's so many, I can't even think of any of them right now either. Have you played any other soccer games? Just FIFA. 70. Nice, Melly. Happy birthday, Bompa. Happy birthday! Take a shot for me. As an Italian, please tell us how you feel about putting pineapple on pizza. Yeah, it should be punished. Yeah, pineapple should never be on pizza. Yeah, man. Pack animation. Last year's was actually pretty good. This year's is good. No. It's someone else's wedding. I already got married. Don't get married, guys. No, don't get married. Don't get married. Stay single. Stay single. Don't get married. Just. What consoles do I own? Xbox One, PS4, PS5. What are some little tricks about FIFA that you could give us that the average FIFA player doesn't know about? Tactics, player instructions, formations. Big thing about FIFA. Use your player instructions, FIFA tactics, and use the correct formation. So English, Italian, I understand Spanish because my wife's Mexican. Every FIFA Pro you played. Who's my favorite? Sebastian was a pleasure to play with. I played with Donovan. I actually really wanted to play with Zlatan, but Zlatan doesn't play FIFA. He actually plays Fortnite and shooting, the first-person shooters. The only game that I play other than FIFA is iRacing, so I have a racing simulator. Well, maybe just me winning. That was the reason I wanted to be a professional FIFA player. Me being the best in North America and the world. That was like a goal of mine. I did achieve it at some point. But me being like the top of the top was like what kept me going and striving for me to be a professional FIFA player. I played Warzone. I can't get into it. Yeah, I don't need these actually. Godfather. I like Godfather 2 just because it shows how he became the Godfather when he was in New York. So that was when Robert De Niro when it shows that he's in New York and how he becomes it. So that was a good thing. Do you have any pets? I do not have any pets. My wife keeps asking for a dog, but I don't need that right now in my life. I have a 2-year-old and a 5-month, so I'm good right now. I've been Yeah, it's happened where I've got disconnected from a real game, but in competitive scene, they'll just put you back into that minute mark. So if you got disconnected in the 65th minute, you'll just replay it where you got disconnected from. Do you prefer the FIFA E World Cup format or the EMLS Cup format? Totally different, but EMLS Cup format, they need more people to qualify for their playoff spot. That's one major thing. It seems the U.S. in general doesn't fare well internationally when it comes to esports. Do you agree? If so, why is that? I would say USA is top 10 country-wise in FIFA. So we don't do bad. We have some good players in the United States. But mostly they come from Europe. I should make my own esports team. It's a 1v1 versus he's scoring or I'm scoring that goal. What are you talking about? Favorite striker of all time. He's gonna have to be Italian. I have a few. So there's a 1990. Look him up. You guys could look him up. Toto Scilacci. He's a little short guy, and he was like a big contributor on the Italy World Cup team in 1990. He's one of them. Roberto Baggio, Del Piero. Pirlo is actually one of my all-time favorite players, though. What adjustments would you like to see be done to the current meta? So the current meta, there's a skill move. It's called the bridge move, and you tap. I think it's R1 or R2, one of those things, and that needs to be adjusted because it gives that player a speed boost, and it just pretty much passes the defender and glitches the defender where the defender can't move. Do you ever feel you have to take breaks from FIFA? Yeah, every week. Mentally, it could get exhausting. Like like the big tournaments. After a tournament, I just don't want to touch FIFA for a while, just because it's mentally exhausting. Yeah, Baggio was a goat. Netflix is actually coming out with like a Baggio movie. I think it's in May or June, something around that time. There's going to be a Baggio movie. Do you like what Pirlo has done with you? Yeah, Pirlo. Champions League is doing well. I think he's done a good job. There's a lot of hate on Pirlo just because he's new and yeah, he's a new coach. But I think he's done a good job. Building computers and yeah, I probably will always be involved in the FIFA esports community somehow, some way. It could be consulting. It could be building my own esports team. It could be recruiting FIFA players for different organizations. But I will be in the esports scene. I just have too much experience in it, especially in FIFA. What shows do I watch? What shows? So I just started Ted Lasso. It's pretty funny. That one. What else on Netflix? Sheesh. Oh, WandaVision. I haven't watched the season finale, so I'm gonna watch it tonight. So WandaVision's a big one for me. I like the Avengers. What else? Netflix. Think of Netflix. Yeah, I don't know. I watched a Tiger Woods documentary, but that's not a show. But McKenny, of course, because of Juventus. Can't think of the shows. I like to watch a lot of documentaries. So any documentary like with sports, I like. Yeah, don't spoil WandaVision, please. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Favorite Juventus player of all time, probably Del Piero. Yeah, Del Piero. Buffon's a legend. Maybe Buffon, just because he's just a freaking legend. Yeah, I do watch the All or Nothing, all of them. The only one that I didn't watch was the rugby one. I think actually top tier, Juventus is gonna have an All or Nothing one. Have I ever gotten into any other Ultimate Team games like Madden NHL? No, never. Just because FIFA takes so much time. Yep, there you go. That's it. That's going to be awesome. Just to see Ronaldo and Pirlo in that environment where people don't get to see that personal interaction. Did I implement any of my warm-ups? No, I don't. It's pretty much when I go into these FIFA tournaments, the night before I'll have like a really good dinner with my wife. I'll have wine, a steak. If I'm like out on the road, I'll have wine and steak, calm myself down, have a good night's rest. I'll wake up. Coffee is a big thing for me when I'm playing FIFA. So I drink a lot of coffee during FIFA. Yeah, I wish Pogba never left. Messi should have been in the team of the year. I think the reason he wasn't in it because Barcelona has a contract with Pez. Thank you, guys. How would it feel if the MLS Cup Finals became big enough that were played at the Staples Center? Like, it could happen. It would feel wonderful. I think we're still far, far from that, just because of the game is just very random, where like one game I could beat someone 5-0, and then the next game he could beat me 1-0. So the game is right now is very, very random. And then the other thing is the unfair advantage, where if you spend more money, you're going to have a better team. So they need to fix that. That's a big issue where one player could be in a disadvantage because they have more funds than the other player. Do you scuff controllers? Where is it? Yeah, so I either use the original controller or the scuff gaming controller.
So thanks for coming. If you guys have any last questions, put them in the chat.
Yeah, I feel you, Chris. That's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go give my 2-year-old a bath. My wife will put the 5-month-old boy to sleep, and it's a team effort. That's what I'm gonna go do right now. They go to sleep by 8 and they'll wake up at like 6 in the morning, 6, 7 in the morning.
Oh, also Godfather, if you have any socials that you want to plug, like your Twitch or your Discord, be sure to plug it.
Socials. So Instagram is my last name, Guastella, G-U-A. Here, I'll plug it in right now. Here. That's for Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna go once they allow it, which they announced today that they will have fans. I will be there for most of the home games, hopefully. I will try to stream more on Twitch. That's what I need to do, actually. I need to improve my my Twitch streaming. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Love you guys. You guys all have a good night, all right? Bye.